I think it's true for most pilots that no matter what airplanes you fly after earning your certificate, there will always be something special about the plane you learned in. It's certainly true for me, and in my case, that aircraft is a Cessna 172, November 3852 Lima. You've probably seen it in plenty of videos here on my channel. In fact, 114 of my 206 total hours are in 52 Lima. But it's been out of service for a while now. Unfortunately, back in October, it was involved in a prop strike, and it's been quite a journey since. The old Continental O-300 engine was scheduled for an overhaul this winter anyway, so we took the opportunity to just do it early and get it all done. So here we are nearly 4 months later, and in recent days we've been able to do the first startup of the engine, ground run tests, and we're in the midst now of the engine break-in process. So come along with me as I put hour number 6 on this newly overhauled engine and get 52 Lima back in the sky. So as we mentioned, this is a break-in flight. I've got a chart of things that I'm going to have to keep track of in flight today. That includes engine RPM, degrees rich peak, and we'll have to calculate pressure altitude in flight. Those are the things we'll need to document on our flight today. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima is taxiing from the north hangar to runway 5, Fairmont. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima is taking runway 5. We're going to be climbing to 3,500 and orbiting the field, Fairmont. If we don't like anything at all, we'll abort. .2300, engine's green. Airspeed is alive. Rotate. And when we get to 1700, we'll make a left-hand turn. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 52 Lima, just off runway 5, making a left-hand crosswind turn, Fairmont. Beautiful. Engine instruments are in the green. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 52 Lima, turning left downwind, runway 5. We're going to climb to 3,500 and orbit the field, Fairmont. The goal here is to keep the field in glide range. We'll be at 2,500 RPM, almost to our cruise altitude. There it is. Push that nose over. Lock in that power. And we'll go ahead and start leaning. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 52 Lima, 3,500 feet, orbiting the field, Fairmont. So we're going to be about 75 degrees. We're looking for 75 degrees rich of peak for this entire duration of this flight. We're actually going to go down to 3,000 feet. Because of the cloud layer. Clarksburg approach, Skyhawk 3852 Lima with a VFR request.
That's calling Clarksburg approach, say again.
It's Skyhawk 3852 Lima request.
Number 3352 Lima, Clarksburg altimeter speed 022, say request.
22, and it's 3852
52 Lima, 3,000 feet. We're a 172 slant golf. We're orbiting Fairmont Airport. We're going to do this for about an hour at 3,000 feet and would like flight following.
November 3852 Lima, squawk 0133 and ident.
0133 and ident for 52 Lima. All right, 2,500 RPM.
November 3852 Lima, radar contact 9 miles northeast of Clarksburg Airport, maintain VFR.
Position checks and VFR for 52 Lima. So we're watching to get this EGT to peak. And then we're going to back off to about 75 degrees rich of that. We're getting real close to peak, I think. Yeah, there's a drop. And there's peak. So we're going to come about 75 degrees rich of where that was. Outside air temp is what? 9 Celsius. So let's do a quick calculation. Pressure and density altitude. (3,100) 3022, and we're indicating about 9 degrees Celsius. So we are at a pressure altitude of 2825.
King Air 20 Whiskey Papa, Clarksburg departure, radar contact, climb and maintain
2825. We are about 75 rich of peak. Engine RPM is at 2450 and time now 335. Good. Everything's looking great. It's important on these engine break-ins that you do everything by the book, because this is a brand new remanufactured Continental O-300, and in these first early hours, we're at 5 hours on this engine. It's imperative that we get the rings seated.
King Air 0 Whiskey Papa, contact Cleveland Center 126.905, good day.
That we also get the inside of the cylinder walls smoothed out of these microscopic divots that exist. So we're using mineral oil in this airplane for this first run of oil before we do our first change. This time around we'll switch and do some right-hand turns. We'll overfly the field. We should also monitor Fairmont, just in the event that there's any traffic going on here. We'll go ahead and monitor Fairmont Airport as well. We're getting an indicated airspeed of about between 110 and 115. Indicated. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 52 Lima, 3,000 feet, orbiting overhead the airport, Fairmont. So far, so good. We're going to keep these tight inside here because of Clarksburg's 2-1 approach is that way, although they're landing 5 today. So that approach today should be no factor. They're landing 3. I may have said 5, but it's 3 for them. Let's see, 874.6. What did we start? Okay, so like, I'd say it took us 3/10, so 875.2 is when we want to be landing, roughly.
So I continue flying after what seems like forever, lap after lap around the Fairmont Airport, but it's important that we get this done the right way. We had a lot of documentation, we followed the letter of the book for breaking in a new engine. It's important to make that kind of commitment when dealing with such a big investment as a new engine. And soon enough, it was time to head back into Fairmont.
52 Lima, took traffic a mile and a half north of you, northwestbound 2100, indicated type unknown.
Yeah, thanks. We got him in sight, and we've been listening to him on CTAF as well. 52. In fact, for 52 Lima at this time, we'll go ahead and cancel flight following. We're going to head into Fairmont.
52 Lima, Roger, Squawk 1200, and frequency change approved. See you.
All right, Squawk 1200 and over to advisory 52 Lima. Appreciate it. This guy's going to do touch and goes. I know who that is, and I will follow him. I'm going to come out this direction and then set up for a 45 to the left downwind for runway 5. So we'll start a descent over there. Descent checklist. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima is about 4 miles west of the field, maneuvering to enter 45 left downwind for runway 5, Fairmont. Where's that other Fairmont traffic at? You're unreadable. Am I good to enter the left downwind here?
Okay, I'm departing runway 5 here. How I read?
Oh, that's much better. I'll stay out northwest and follow you on the downwind.
Cherokee 8895 November, departing 15 Fairmont, remaining in the pattern.
Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima is about 3 miles northwest. Can enter the left downwind on a 45 to runway 5. Fairmont will follow the Cherokee. All right, well, enriching. Carb heat's already in. Lights. 2,000 feet pattern altitude. Mixture can go ahead and go rich.
Fairmont traffic, Cherokee 8895 November, left base to runway 5, Fairmont.
Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima, left downwind, runway 5, Fairmont.
Fairmont traffic, 8895 November, final, runway 5, Fairmont.
All right, gas, undercarriage, mixture, switches, seat belts. We're beam our touchdown point, carb heat, bring it back to 1700, hold the nose up for a second. We're well inside the white arc. Let's get 10 degrees of flaps coming in. 90 miles an hour. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 52 Lima, left base, runway 5, Fairmont.
Fairmont traffic, Cherokee 8895 November, clear of the active Fairmont.
Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 3852 Lima's turning a final, runway 5, Fairmont. Fairmont traffic, Skyhawk 52 Lima, clear of runway 523, Fairmont. Tacked into fuel.